Welcome, home buyers. Today, we're going to be talking about an essential aspect of buying a home mortgages. Specifically, we'll discuss the application documents, what you need, and when you should really start preparing to really ensure that while you're buying a house, it will be a seamless process without any headaches. So, before we get into it, this is Gary, a real estate agent based in Queens, New York, that aims to really teach you everything I can about buying and selling real estate in the great state of New York. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on the local real estate market. So let's get into it. Let's start with the documents that you'll need for the mortgage application. These typically include proof of income, employment verification, bank statements, tax returns, and a proof of identification. So gather these documents earlier will really save you the time and make sure, like while you're talking to a mortgage lender, you have a more seamless process without all the back and forth and potentially missing a document. But quick tip, before you really go about doing this, you should communicate with whatever mortgage lender you aim to get your mortgage from to see what type of documents they would need and what you should prepare in advance. So in the current market, a lot of buyers typically get a pre-approval if they aim to get a mortgage, as this makes you a more competent buyer. This involves submitting a lot of financial information to the lender to prove your credit worthiness and determines how much they're willing to lend to you. So here's a list of all the documents. Getting this as early as can in your house buying journey will make sure whatever house you are interested in, you could put that offer and the sellers will actually see you as an attractive buyer, so one that will be sure to close once they are accepted. For a mortgage pre-approval, there's a lot of information that you will be receiving, but the ones that you should mainly focus on is the ones here. Each of them will tell you a little bit about your mortgage and what type of things you will be getting yourself into. So when you get pre-approval and you see the results, ask questions. Ask about your loan amount and see if this is something you could increase or if this is your limit. See what type of loan program you'll be participating in. What's your loan term? Is it 15 years, 30 years, or something different? And you should be seeing an approximate monthly mortgage payment with the associated interest rate. And depending on the mortgage lender, you can see if you are able to get an interest rate lock on it. Should you know you're going to be buying a house within the next 60 to 90 days and something that you could close within that time frame. So mortgage lenders will calculate your debt to income ratio, which essentially tells you how much you can afford in your mortgage payments each month. And a simple back of the napkin calculation is to add in all your monthly expenses, your estimated mortgage payments, and then your minimum card payments. And the sum of that will really be divided by how much money you make each month gross. And the ideal number for lenders is typically 35 to 36%, but some lenders might be a little bit smaller or some might be a little bit bigger. So you could always ask the mortgage lender to make sure that you would meet the requirement. So a quick tip is to really talk to mortgage lenders and learn about the different programs they have. And if you have the time, you should get multiple mortgage pre-approvals. This way you can learn about the different type of programs out there and see which pre-approval will really get you the best rate should you utilize their services. After you have submitted that offer and have gone under contract, the mortgage lender will reach out to you to make sure they have all the documents that they need to make sure that they can lend you the money for this transaction. This is the time when you will talk to a mortgage lender to ensure that you have provided all the financial information and done all the requirements that they have to make sure your loan is approved. During this time, be sure to communicate with your mortgage lender if you have any concerns or problems that might impact this loan. If you haven't started your house buying journey and are not in a rush to buy a house, I suggest you talk to a mortgage lender early and see if there's anything you could do to improve your credit score. If your credit score above 740 or 760, there probably is less that you can do. But ideally, you will want to have a higher credit score, as typically this will have a higher impact on your interest rate. So depending on the lender, they will have certain tips and suggestions that you can act on to really help increase your credit score and as a result lower your interest rate. So even better if you are able to do this step and really talk to mortgage lenders to see what you should and should not do during this process, you can mitigate any potential problems that can be harmful to your house buying journey from the financial standpoint. Ideally, it's best to begin gathering your documents and seeking pre-approval before you even start your house buying journey. Like this way, you'll be ready to make an offer when you find a perfect home, and this way you don't spend your time looking at houses that aren't within your budget. This way, it saves you time and make sure if you do find a house you are able to put in the offer. So here's some tips to a successful mortgage application. So for one, you need to maintain a good credit score by paying all your bills on time and keeping track of your credit card balances and making sure that they are low, less than 10% of your credit line limit. Avoid any major financial changes like switching jobs or making large purchases. And this is before and during the mortgage process. Honest and thorough when providing financial information to your lender, as this will make sure that while you're going through the mortgage process, there won't be things that they might discover about you that might impact this transaction. So a quick tip is if you are afraid of your pre-approval expiring after signing a contract, do not be afraid and talk to your mortgage lender. There are multiple ways they can go about this situation and really help you to make sure that whatever interest rate you are interested in, you will be able to utilize. But this might require you to do another pre-approval application. But since you already have a lot of information with that lender, you do not need to do such a lengthy process as you did in the beginning. By understanding the essential documents, timing, and process of the mortgage pre-approval and application process, you'll be well prepared to achieve your home ownership goals. So remember, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So if you like today's content, please like and subscribe. And be sure to comment down below if you have any other questions.